Right, so I've got some wet and dry paper, very smooth, it's already wet, so I'm just going to gradually work it over this outer bit. It's like a bracket that goes around the back of the exhaust, it's riveted on, and this is just going to take the top layer off, so it should smooth the metal nicely. Once it's done, it will look a bit dull, but that's why we have a polisher. Keep feeling it. You can feel that it's getting smoother. You can't feel it because you're watching, but it is getting smoother. I'm just using a really light action. I'm not pressing on hard at all. You don't need too much pressure at all. Let the paper do the work. And there's some bits still there. Now, because we've got some sticker there, I'm just going to really gently work over that bit. It's still wet. The paper's still wet. I'm applying very, very little pressure. And the idea is the paper will take off the deep scratch and the polish will take the metal nice and smooth. So I can't really feel that scratch with my finger, but I can see it. So the metal will look dull where we've done that. So if I get a cloth and wipe that, that would look dull underneath. And that's why we're going to now polish that area. So what I've got is it's quite a cheap Dremel style tool called Work Zone. This one was, I borrowed this one, it's actually from Aldi, and we've got a polishing tip, and we've got, I couldn't really say what this is, but I know it's like a polishing compound, and you apply this to the head, just apply a little bit, and then apply this where you want to polish. You'll see the head getting darker, and what that is, that's obviously the metal and the dirt coming off and onto the head. I'm working that in. This is a variable speed. I've got on speed 3 for that. I'm just going to put a bit more of this compound on, because this is what's doing the work. I'm going to put it up to 3. Very mild abrasion again. Very, very mild. Most metals shine almost with a gloss. It won't really affect the sticker much either. It's like I say, it's just taking off a very tiny bit, smoothing it all out. And then need to just go over that. So I'm just going to grab a cloth, take off the excess. I know I'm not prepared, I should have had the cloth at hand, but I'm not a professional filmmaker. So the wet and dry has took off the worst of the edge. It could do probably no more, but there is some damage to the scratch. I think I'll just work the outer edge a bit more. If you can see on the camera, there's a very slight mark still in that metal. This will still need a bit more work on the bodywork. So we're just going to wet and dry that again. I'm just going to do this outer edge a little bit more. Probably apply a little bit more pressure this time, just to the outer edge. It's very fine paper. It's wet and dry paper, finishing paper. It's the last grade you'd use before using a machine polisher normally. If you've ever wet and dried paintwork, you know that it looks terrible when you finish. It looks dull, as if you've removed the paint or the lacquer, whichever seems to be the case. But once you machine polish, it just comes up like magic. Just going to try and get this scratched down a bit on the main bit. I don't think it's going to cut too much into that, to be honest. But for the sake of this demonstration, the idea is that we can remove scratches from this metal. It was looking quite bad, deeply cut, but the combination of wet and dry paper and a polishing head is making a massive difference to this. So we'll just get the machine again and we'll just go over that area. So apply a bit more of this polishing compound. You can turn it up if you want a faster reaction. You probably can't hear me very well over the noise, but let's just see. Just going to slow it down. One of the mistakes I make when I use this, and I'm aware I'm doing it now, is moving it about like you would if you're polishing something. But obviously you don't really need to, it's doing the work. So I am going to point out my own mistake and use it as it should be, which you can just hold it in place and move it slowly, is what I should be doing. But we always get into the habit of over polishing. Just increase the speed. So that's the end bit done. Just take off the polish. I don't think I'd even do anything else to it. If you know, the teacup metal polish I used in the last video is quite abrasive. This is a bit finer, I think. So even if you just use a normal car polish, bike polish, you know, or a non-abrasive metal polish, just to get that shine. So I'm going to show you close up. So there we have the finished product. As you can see, a lot less scratches. The deep scratches have gone, and it's quite nice. You could progress and work on all the thicker scratches like that and end up with a lovely finish. Until next time, goodbye.